You can't solve your financial problems with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The beat majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
Yo, what's up, dough chasers? This is your host, CEO and founder of Witness Riches. My name is Jason White. I want to welcome you all this evening. Tonight we are going to be talking about my 5-tactic code to boost your credit score 100 points. Now, this information that I want to share with you is pretty straightforward. If you can take notes, okay? See, I have my pen, I have my notepad here. If you take notes on the information that I share with you this evening, you will be able to guarantee a 100-point credit score increase minimum on each of your credit scores if you do exactly what I say, okay? So as you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. Feel free to like this video, share with your friends and family, because the people you know, like, and love need this information just as much as you do, all right? So what's up, beautiful people? Moisey, I haven't seen you in years, man. How you doing, bro? We got Eva Knows. How you doing? Eric Chiles. How you doing, man? I want to welcome you all to Dough Chaser TV. Let's have a good time, all right? So this particular presentation I created back in 2015, 2016. And the information that I shared in this presentation put your boy on the map, okay? I basically found myself in a situation where I had information that could help people and I gave it away for free. And, that's why you see, 20,000 plus people on our Facebook page, because they dig the information and they supported me, okay? So the information I'm going to share with you is from that presentation, the 5-tactic code. I may bring it back. It involves my story, information about credit, and also 5 tactics that you can use to fix your credit, improve your credit score, and be credit worthy. But I'm not going to go as deep tonight, but I will give you those 5 tactics regardless, okay? So let me know who you are, where you're from. David Baseria asked me if I could say his name. I said it. All right. Let me see. We got Antonio from Huntsville, Alabama. Eric from Kinston, North Carolina. Thank Mercury. What's up, boy? How you doing? Facebook, show me some love. Let me know who you are, where you're from. My journey in this credit game started back in 2011, straight out of college. I got a credit card in school, but, from my recollection, it was basically a large amount of money that I could use to buy liquor. Never paid the bill. No, you know what? I was responsible halfway. I did go to the bank every once in a while and pay my bill, but I was unaware of how interest played a part in me paying back my bill. And I always wondered, like, damn, I'm paying all this money, but this balance is not decreasing. I don't know if you have been in this situation or a similar situation like that, but being a senior in college, not understanding how credit works, it drove me insane, and I just stopped paying the bill. Okay, definitely wasn't responsible with my money, but long story short, shit hit the fan. We were facing an eviction. My Cadillac Seville, sitting on 20s, got repossessed at work. I didn't have any money in my savings account, and I basically hit the realization that, Jason, either you do something better with your money or you continue to live this life for the rest of your life. And me being young, handsome, and successful, yes, I am handsome, okay, I am. Anyway, me being young, handsome, and successful, or on my way to being a success, I did not want to live that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle because it sucked, okay? And basically, I acquired the knowledge. I learned a few things from a few people. And I began to practice everything that I learned. And I got myself out of that rut, got me a car, got me my place again, got my finances up, improved my credit score tremendously, and my wife was happy again. Okay? Baby, if you're watching this, I love you for your trust, support, and your commitment to me. I appreciate you. Anyway, it was tough, man. And from that, I created Witness Riches. And basically, the story of Witness Riches is if you follow the information that I share with you, I'm going to put you on a path of abundant wealth, okay? And one day you'll have evidence of this abundant wealth and you'll ultimately witness riches, okay? And that's the goal. Ultimately, we want to help you get on a path where you see tremendous changes with your finances and transcend financially, okay? So let's talk about these 5 tactic codes, okay? These 5 tactic codes, through my trial and error, help me improve my credit score dramatically. And if you are to follow these 5 tactic codes, my friend, your credit score will go through the roof. All right. So let me see. We got Madeline from Pontiac, Michigan. Pontiac in the house. That's the yak. We got Stephen Jones from Warren, Ohio. He said he was just looking at my website. Very interested. I appreciate that, Warren. Hopefully, I don't scare you or run you away. Hopefully, the information that's shared with you today is going to put you where you need to be to make your decision. All right. So let's talk about it. Jason, I want to fix my credit. What's the first thing I need to do? Okay. The first tactic to boost your credit score 100 points is you want to subtract the bad and add the good. Okay. It's like, one of those hood pastors. You want to subtract the bad and add the good. Okay. If I don't say it that way, you won't listen. So, I'm just playing. Anyway, so what does it mean to subtract the bad, okay? Well, I always talk to you about the 5 tactics of a credit score. The 5 components of a credit score. Jason, where's your mind at? First component, payment history. Second component, credit utilization. Third component, length of history. Fourth, credit file mix. And then last, we have inquiries, okay? Subtracting the bad is looking at the areas of your credit where you are negatively impacting the biggest components of your credit score, okay? And right now we're talking about payment history and credit utilization, okay? Those 2 components of your credit score altogether make up 65% of your credit score. So if you want to put yourself on a fast track to improving your credit, one of the best things that you can do is stop adding late payments to your credit report. That's 35% of your credit score. So basically what I'm ultimately getting to is you want to minimize negative behavior that does not produce the results that you want with your credit. If you want to improve your credit, well, subtracting the bad is not adding late payments to your credit report. What do you think adding the good is? That's paying your bills on time, adding positive payments to your credit report. You do those things simultaneously, you'll see your payment history success level improve dramatically, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to put yourself on a path of paying your bills on time and basically denying yourself the ability to pay your bills late. This is going to hurt your credit score 100% of the time. Stop doing it. Another thing that you want to do, you want to subtract your credit card balances. This is 30% of your credit score. Credit bureaus, they grade you off of something called credit utilization, the comparison of your credit card balances, okay, to your credit card limits. If you have a $1,000 limit collectively out of all your credit cards, if it totals $1,000, credit bureaus don't want you to be above 30% credit utilization. That means they don't want your balance to be higher than $300 out of $1,000, 30%, okay? So if you are to improve your credit, subtracting the bad in that area means minimizing, lowering your credit card balances. Stop using them things, man. If you continue to use it, you're going to continue to put yourself in a hole, which is going to continue to hurt your credit. So one thing that I learned from my situation was, well, Jason, damn, the only credit card I had was the one I had in college, and that's been closed. So I got me a JCPenney's credit card. I got me another store card. I can't remember the card, but I had two store cards, and I kept the balances low. Okay, and because my other one was closed, that was no longer impacting my credit utilization. All right, so I kept those balances low, and my credit score jumped a little bit. I'm like, oh shoot, let me look into this a little further. So by me adding a credit card, okay, credit cards are important if you want to have a good credit score. Okay, me adding the good, if you have a credit card, that means that you already have the good, but you're not managing it well. That means you need to lower those credit card balances. A lot of people are looking to take their credit to the next level, but they continue to do things to their credit, with their credit, that continues to hurt them. And one of those is racking up credit card debt. Not only is that killing your pockets, it's also hurting your credit score. Okay? So the first tactic is to subtract the bad and add the good. You do that, you'll put yourself on a path to a better credit score. The first thing you need to do, stop paying your bills late, start paying them on time, stop racking up credit card debt, pay it down, and if you don't have a credit card, acquire one or two and maintain low balances. That's simple. Okay, that's the first tactic. Jason, okay, I like what you're talking about. What should I do next? The next thing you should do is you should punish all of your enemies. Jason, what are you talking about, man? I feel like, we're getting on the wrong path. No, you need to look at your credit report as if this is your ticket to a better life. Right? And anybody or anyone who is hurting or trying to take away your ticket, we're going to war. We're going to war, okay? So, who are your enemies? We're talking about companies that add negative information to your credit report. These are people or companies that are trying to take away your ticket to the glory land. So what do? Well, you try to put them people, man, I have a potty mouth today. Oh my goodness.
That's not help.
You try to put them in their place, okay? And one thing that you want to do is you want to utilize consumer laws that are here to protect your credit interests, okay? Something called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, one, and then two is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. These two laws play a huge role in your ability to have successful credit finances, okay? There's more laws, but we don't want to get too deep into it. These are the more simple ones that are easily understood, okay, for the most part. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, information on your credit report must be 100% accurate, 100% verifiable, and 100% timely. 100% accuracy means that nothing can be incorrect, okay? If they spell your name wrong, that's a problem because they connect information to our names, our addresses, our phone numbers, our social security number. If there's an error, there's a chance that that information could be connected to somebody else's credit and added to your credit report. Okay? So if that is the case, punish your enemies. Put them in their place. Challenge those inaccuracies. Challenge accounts that they can't provide proof on. Okay? Challenge accounts that seem pretty old, but they're still negatively impacting your credit. Okay? Anyone ever heard of a debt collector? These are one of your biggest enemies. Their job is that they want some money, okay? And they're willing to do whatever they need to do to convince you to pay them. And one of their tactics is they're going to add this collection onto your credit report to motivate you to call them to try to pay it because you believe it's going to get removed, okay? You punish your enemies. You send them a debt validation letter saying, "Hey, if you cannot prove the validity of this debt, basically giving me information that proves that this is mine, prove that you have the legal right to collect on it, and prove that I have to actually pay you. If you can't provide me that information, you better stop reporting this. If you can't prove it, you must remove it." So the second tactic is to punish your enemies. Punish anyone who is taking away your ticket to a better life. Okay? Do your research. Okay? Look up strategies. Take courses. Get a mentor. Hire me. Whatever you want to do, but get an understanding and understand that they are trying to hurt your ability to a better life. And protect that. Punish your enemies. Tactic number 2. Number 3, okay? This one, okay, fellas, we have to put our ego to the side. Ladies, you really have to put your ego to the side, okay? Baby, if you're watching this, I am not talking about you. Yes, I am. Okay, so the third tactic is you have to beg for mercy. I know. Jason, I'm not begging for shit. Jason, I'm not asking nobody for anything. Well, in this case, if you want to improve your credit and you have late payments on your credit report, sometimes you have to ask for forgiveness. Sometimes you need to reach out to your creditors. You got a Capital One account, Chase account, whoever the furnisher is, the company who's reporting information. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to reach out and say, "Hey, I messed up." However, I've been with you for 5 years now. That means that I have had a history of 5 years, 80 months of positive payment history. I'm sorry, what is that? That's 72.
Yes,
60. Hey, y'all, we're having trouble with our math. Please excuse me. I have had 60 months of on-time payments. You know what? I had a tough month last month. I wasn't able to pay my bill on time. I know it just hit my credit report. Is there any way you could return the loyalty back to me and forgive this late payment that's on my credit report? This tactic works. It may not work 100% of the time, but 30% of the time, 3 out of 10, yeah, one company is going to look out for you. You know what, Jason? You've been with us for 10 years now. You've been a great client. Always paid your bill on time. This one time, as a courtesy, we will remove that late payment from your credit report. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Oh, thank you so much. Okay? A lot of people, they don't think to write a friendly letter to their creditor, excuse me. They don't think of this. This could go a long way. Imagine how you would feel if you were doing business with me and, I'm always taking care of you. However, we had this one experience where you're dealing with one of my new clerks and, we just hired her. She doesn't really understand the culture and she got smart with you. One, you know what? You've been a loyal client. Let me write you a letter and apologize because I want to keep your business. I don't want to lose you as a client. If I wrote you that letter from that experience, how would you feel? You'll feel real good about that. You're like, you know what? Jason is actually a real good dude. Salute to you, Jay. Right? Now, they won't really care too much, but it's the gesture that counts. People do not take the time out to write letters to the creditors anymore. Write a letter. Ask for forgiveness. Let them know what's going on in your life. Man, I'm struggling this month, but I'm really trying to buy a house in the next year, and this really hurt my progress in my credit score. Is there any way that you can remove this late payment from my credit report? As a loyal client of yours, is there any way you can return that back to me? State Mercury said, like, I'm valued. That's how I would feel if they care. Exactly. And these companies, they want to keep your business. Because if you don't do business with them, that means you're giving your dollar to the next competitor. And competitors like to put competitors out of business. That's the third tactic. Ask for forgiveness. Sometimes you have to beg for mercy. Right now, I feel like we are listening to a G-Unit CD. Subtract the bad, punish your enemies, beg for mercy.
Track titles.
Okay. Now we got don't burn your bridges. How about that? Tactic number 4. Don't burn your bridges. Jason, what do you mean by don't burn my bridges? I mean that if you are working with someone and you've been working with them for 5-10 years, why would you end that relationship? Okay, Jason, be more specific. What do you mean by that? What I'm saying is a lot of you are working your ass off to pay off your credit cards, okay? And some people have been going at it for 3, 5, maybe even 10 years. And the first thing that they do once they pay off that credit card, instead of reaping the benefit, the true reward of being of having a low credit card balance, instead of reaping that benefit, the first thing they do is call up the company and say, hey, I want to close my account. No, don't do that. You earn that. Now get the benefit. The benefit is it continues to report payments through your credit report, and you have low credit utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. You just impacted the 2 biggest components of your credit score by maintaining that relationship. Do not close your accounts with your credit card providers if you don't have to. Now, sometimes, store credit cards, they want you to use their card consistently, and they may randomly close your card, okay? Sometimes if you have late payment history and it's consistent, meaning that every month you've been late and you finally pay it off, yeah, they may close your card because you want really, the best of client. However, if you are someone who's paying your bill on time, you're paying your balance down, get that benefit, okay? Because you earned it. Do not close your accounts. This is payment history, 35% of your credit score, credit utilization, 30% of your credit score, and then we also have length of history, which is 15% of your credit score. By you closing those accounts, you are no longer building your length of history. This is your experience when it comes to managing debt. Do not shut that down. Do not close those accounts. Okay? Now, when you pay off a car note, pay off a student loan, pay off your house, yeah, those accounts will close automatically. But the reason why credit utilization impacts your credit so much is because these relationships last a long time. Don't play yourself. Keep those accounts open as long as possible. If you don't have a credit card, you're playing yourself because you're missing out on 30% of your credit score could be up because you're not impacting your credit utilization component of your credit score, and you're not really building long-term history because once your accounts are paid off, they stop contributing to that. The only account that can contribute to that long-term is a credit card. If you don't have one, get one. Start building that history. Okay? Then lastly, the 5th tactic number 5, do not shop until you drop. There are some of you who want it all. I want a house this week. I want a JCPenney credit card this week. I want a Best Buy credit card this week. I want a new laptop this week. And I want to finance it all. But your credit is so bad, you don't understand the power of no. We have a lot of clients, okay? But many, I'm not going to say many. Some of our clients, they have a lot of inquiries, okay? And when I say a lot, I'm talking about upwards of 100, 200 inquiries on the credit report. It's crazy, but it's a reality. And my job as the leader of Witness Riches is to convey to our clients, people of our community, how they're shooting themselves in the foot because they refuse to accept the word no. Sometimes no can be good for you. You know, negative things in life, you know, it's all perspective, right? There's a positive in everything we look at. And sometimes that no is telling you that, dude, just chill out for a little bit. Let these other 50 inquiries fall off your credit report. Did you know that an inquiry can impact your credit score 2 to 5 points each inquiry, up to 55 points? So we have some clients who have 20 inquiries on their credit report. That means that they maxed out their inquiries and they lost 55 points they could be up. Imagine how long it would take for someone who has 100, 200 inquiries. Okay? This is what I need you to understand. Understand that no doesn't mean never. It just means not yet. Let those inquiries fall off. Okay? And get those points, get your points back up. Because 55 points can go a long way. And, you know, watch your credit score improve. And if you are someone who has a low amount of inquiries and you're thinking about making some moves, keep this in mind. 10 inquiries with different companies within a month time frame, you just drop your credit score up to 50 points. So be careful, okay? They say people with great credit don't need it. And that's because they don't show that they're desperate for credit. All right? People with a lot of inquiries, you're beginning to look desperate. That's why they begin to hurt your credit score. Do not shop until you drop. Okay? So those are the five tactics to boost your credit score 100 points. If you follow each of those tactics, you'll see your credit score climb gradually. Okay? So let me look at some of the.
The first one I would go with is actually Robert Little.
Let me see here. All right, so let me see. We got Robert Little. Would you dispute all hard inquiries after conducting a security freeze with SageStream? Now, this is a strategy that you'll see a lot of places. The thing is, though, is there's no way to actually prove that that is the reason for anything to be deleted off your credit report, okay? People have seen success, but there's a lot of people who haven't, okay? What I would suggest is there's nothing wrong with trying. If you want to freeze that credit report, by all means, go for it. Try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But it doesn't hurt your ability. It doesn't hurt your standard of living. It won't impact you. It won't hurt you in no way. But yeah, try it out. Just a simple letter. Freeze my accounts. Of course, you know, it's deeper than that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with trying that. It's a strategy that's shared. Some people have seen success. I've seen a lot of people who haven't. But it won't hurt if you try. All right, let me see. What's up, Tabitha? Robert from the Bronx, my man. Flor de Oro said, hit the like button. I appreciate that. All right, Digital King Beats. You ain't got no fire beats, though. Okay, let me see. I've disputed wrong dates, but didn't work. Okay. So, what do you mean you disputed wrong dates? In what way? Are you talking about the thing about disputes is you have to, one, dispute it strategically, and then two, you have to request a desired result. Saying that my dates on my account they're incorrect, but not asking for a result after that dispute, that really won't do too much for you. Because they'll basically just verify the account. You want to ask for a specific result after you find an inaccuracy, okay? So, for example, Capital One, the account was charged off in 2010. However, the date of last activity is showing that it was charged off in 2015. Okay, I would dispute that account. Hey, my account with Capital One, this account number, blah, blah, blah. The dates are incorrect and it's negatively impacting my date of last activity, which is against Fair Credit Reporting Act. Please delete this account immediately, as it is in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, basically, something like that, okay? But basically, I pointed out the inaccuracy and I asked for a desired result. So maybe you have to look at your strategy, your approach a little bit, and make sure those two components are added in there. Jose Agosto from San Antonio. What's up? Luis Meja. I need to work on my Spanish. How you doing? D James, I see the 360s, man. How do you bounce back? Can you talk about that? Can you actually recover? Ooh, great question. So the thing about credit is it rolls over. Little AEIOU. Okay, so yeah, the thing about credit is it rolls over every 7 years and 180 days from the date of last activity. Okay, so information on your credit report, if it's negative, it's supposed to automatically fall off after 7 years and 180 days. Okay, the thing about credit is just because you heard it today, and this goes in life as well, you can always bounce back because, yeah, yesterday I messed up, but today if I start doing the right things, if I start building my credit, yeah, I got some late payments, but if I replace those with positive payments and kind of wash those late payments out, yes, you can recover. You just have to start doing the opposite of what you've been doing. Because if you continue to do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So I made it seem like it was deeper than what it was. But basically, you don't want to repeat the same life cycle, okay? We have to begin to do new things. And credit building is one of those things that you implement in your credit improvement strategy that will help you recover a lot more quickly, okay? I have information on this. I would definitely recommend if you're a do-it-yourselfer, I have an academy online where I teach you how to repair your credit, how to build your credit, how to manage your finances so that you can continue to maintain your 700 credit score. Check out transcendyourfinances.com, and I allow you to enroll in that academy for just $19.99 a month, okay? Transcendyourfinances.com. Let me put that in here. Check out our academy online if you're a do-it-yourselfer, and there I will teach you exactly what you need to know on how to recover and improve your credit. Dims, how long should I wait to get a new credit card or secure credit card? I have one secure credit card and I want to add maybe one or two more. My recommendation, to help you manage it a lot more easily, I recommend that you probably get one every 3 months until you have 4. Jarrell King, is an inquiry still bad if you've been approved? Hey, inquiries impact your credit score at 10%. If you're approved, that means now you have payment history, which is 35%. And then if it's a credit card, now you have credit utilization, which is 30%. So we have 65% compared to a measly 10%. The good definitely outweighs the bad. But the thing is, I always recommend that you have to be strategic with your approach. You don't want to just go applying for everything. You want to apply for the right thing because you know you're going to get approved for it. Strategy. What's that one commercial where they tell you to go to school? The commercial, he's like, hey man, you need to go to Everest.
Oh, where you get off the couch.
Yeah, get off the couch, man. What school was it? Was it Everest?
It's Everest.
Yeah, Everest school. Okay, Flo de Oro says I already have 4 cards. So what you want to do is you want to manage those responsibly, and then you'll get the benefit.
Right.
Okay, hold on. We got Robert Little. He said, "What are the next available dates for Credit Academy? What is the process?" The Academy is ongoing. It's basically 3 courses where you can go at your own pace, and it shares the strategies that you need, to get started right away. Okay, but yeah, $19.99. Go to that link, and the information will be there for you. D. James, you're welcome. Dory, hey man, excuse me, not man. Dory, we appreciate your review, by the way. I saw that. That was dope. Anyway, how do you bounce back from a 3-year-old charge-off account? So there's a couple things you can do. One, you will want to open up, if the charge-off account is a credit card, you want to kind of negate that by opening up a secure card, one, so that you can get your credit utilization back. And then 2, possibly looking for inaccuracies and seeing if we can get it deleted through disputing. But if that doesn't work, then you want to negotiate. Either you negotiate a payment for deletion or you negotiate a settlement in full. Meaning that if the account is $3,000, you negotiate, hey, I got $1,000, I can pay this today if you would take this as settlement in full. They will take the $1,000 and basically write off the $2,000. So instead of them selling the $2,000 balance to a collection company and then the collection company coming after you, basically by you settling that in full for a lower payment, you don't have to worry about another company coming after you for the rest. But yeah, different approaches. But there's ways for you to bounce back. But the first thing that you'll want to do is work on trying to positively impact your credit utilization after you took that hit from a charged off, because that's going to help you impact the credit utilization with the credit limit and the credit card balance. And also, by you having that new secure card, each month a new payment is going to report to your credit report. So not only will you positively impact payment history, but you're also going to positively impact your credit utilization as well. So that's going to negate that charged off status. But then you want to either dispute it or begin to contact that creditor to negotiate a payment for deletion, where you pay a dollar amount and in return they delete it from your credit report. Or if they don't accept that, negotiate a settlement in full where you settle the account for less than the old balance, and a reaction that they close the account and don't come after you for the rest. Time. Okay. Gary Styles, how many rounds do you guys send out for disputes? Until the client cancels. Basically, we fight until they fall off. We dispute with each credit bureau, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and we also begin to send out disputes directly to the furnishers if it's the best approach for the client. Okay, let me see. Flo de Oro, is it best to have 4 cards with 4 different banks? Nope, it doesn't matter. As long as they all report to each credit bureau, that's what you want. It doesn't matter who's the bank. It doesn't matter which bank you go through, unless you're looking for a good credit card. But if you're just looking for payment history on your credit report and to positively impact your credit utilization, it doesn't matter which company you go through, as long as they all report to each credit bureau. That's simple. Terrence, hello, Mr. White. I've been considering doing disputes, but holding off due to possible lawsuits in return. How should I proceed? So when you dispute something, it's illegal for a creditor or debt collector to sue you in return. That's a violation of your rights. A dispute means that you don't agree with it and they need to rectify that issue. A lot of times, companies will, you'll dispute it, and the next thing you know, you got some kind of lawsuit against you, instead of them actually rectifying the issue. If you are taking notes of your disputes and keeping track of that, you can rebuttal and sue them for a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, because it's their requirement to, verify that information. Um, so I wouldn't necessarily be um, fearful of that too much. It happens from time to time, but there are ways to protect you. Okay, uh, but yeah, don't let that prevent you from working on your credit. Otherwise, it will keep you where you are. And sometimes you have to take that risk. But the thing is, with the risk is protection by the law. Dory, should I be looking to open a secure card during the disputing phase? Yes. I highly recommend that you are rebuilding while you are repairing. Dory, you are a client of ours. We're actually going to be making suggestions to you. Make sure you take advantage of your 30-day re-up. You should be getting that information via email. And if you have yet to get it, it's every 30 days. But if you have yet to get it, please reach out to our support team or contact your client champion directly so they can help you with that, okay? And I'm going to be sending you information via email as well. So make sure you read your emails. That wasn't to you, that was to everybody. Valerie Williams, is filing bankruptcy good? Filing bankruptcy is good if that's what you need. Filing bankruptcy is not a good tactic if you're looking to improve your credit score, because filing bankruptcy will drop your credit score 100, 150 points. If the only time we would recommend a client to file bankruptcy is if they can no longer afford their monthly obligations. Okay, bankruptcy is to basically remove your legal obligation to pay back your debts. Bankruptcy does not fix your credit. I was telling my man and my lady, you can always recover. But a lot of people look at bankruptcy as a way to recover, and there's other ways to recover other than filing bankruptcy. Boston, hi, can getting a large trade line shrink your credit utilization? Definitely, definitely. All right, let me see. Madeline Val, is it good to pay the balance in full every month and then pay the minimum? Yeah, paying your bills off is definitely great. It's going to help your credit utilization tremendously. Trust Day Miller, I've been watching you for over a year to see if you will last. I signed up last month to get my credit right. Trust Day Miller, you are appreciated. I'm sorry I read it that way. I was kind of reading it weird, but no, I appreciate you. Let us know if we, need to explain anything. If you need help, let us know, and we'll be glad to help you throughout this credit repair journey of yours. We got Chris Richardson out of Central Texas in the building. What's up? Cliff Tate, is it good to pay off stuff that's charged off? Okay, there's a process that you must go through when you are paying off your accounts. Okay, because remember, if you pay off the wrong thing at the wrong time, it can hurt your date of last activity, which plays a huge role in when accounts fall off your credit report. So if you have an old charged off that you pay, you suddenly restarted the date of last activity, and that old derogatory account will now seem like a new derogatory account and will drop your credit score again. Okay? So when you pay it, you want to negotiate something in writing in which the account is removed off your credit report or is settled in full. Okay, but I would definitely be careful on that. If your goal is to improve your credit, you want to make sure you don't do anything that's going to shoot yourself in the foot. Okay. Trust Day Miller, he said, why 4 credit cards? Well, 1 is manageable. 2, over a span of a year, 4 credit cards times 12 months, that's 48 positive payments that you have just added to your credit report. Typically, people, if with someone who has late payments, that will kind of wash those late payments for you and help you expedite your credit score growth tremendously. So that's why I recommend the 4 card strategy. And of course, it positively influences your credit utilization. Mr. Miller said, paying off a vehicle, how does that impact your credit? So, that's considered an installment. That impacts your payment history and also your credit file mix. So once you pay that off, that's going to no longer add positive payments to your credit, which is going to hurt you slightly. And also, it's going to no longer impact your credit file mix, which is 10% of your credit score. So it's going to hurt you slightly in that area as well. However, you will see a short drop, but you will recover within 3 to 4 months organically. So if you do see a drop, do not trip. Be calm and just allow time to heal your credit, okay? All right. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then I'm going to promote myself and my business. Okay, Valerie, I'm about to lose my car and I can't catch up on my payments due to no work. If I give the car back, will it affect my score? Valerie, that will be considered a voluntarily, basically you're voluntarily surrendering your vehicle, which is still considered a repossession, just a voluntary repossession. So yes, it will hurt your credit score, not as dramatically, but you will see a drop. Sorry to hear that you're going through that. I will continue to try to fight that, and see if they can push your late payments to the back end of your loan. See if they have some kind of programs that could help you. But yeah, you will see a drop. But the thing is, you can always recover when it comes to fixing your credit. It's called credit building. Okay, so don't let that put you down too much. Gary Styles, is predatory lending inquiries legal? How do you avoid this in the future? I've never heard it that way. Predatory lending inquiries, but in order for a company to add a hard inquiry on your credit report, you must sign an agreement to give them authorization to pull your credit. And if they don't have that documentation that proves that you requested a line of credit with their company, then yes, it's illegal. All right. Dory, only because you're a client, I'm going to look out, but I promise this is the last question I'm going to answer. She said, is it normal for a collection to be removed from one credit reporting agency and not all? That's interesting. Sometimes what happens is the debt collector isn't necessarily removing it, but the credit bureau is removing it. So yeah, it is, that does happen from time to time. However, with debt validation, because one was removed with the credit bureau, it basically proves that it's possible for it to get removed with all 3. And with proper debt validation requests, the debt collector will be forced to remove it from each credit bureau because they can't prove it. All right. So I want to thank you all for engaging with me this evening. I apologize for not being live last week. We had a lot of things going on internally. And, though this is fun, I don't want fun putting me out of business. So I got to take care of business. But I do appreciate your patience and being here with me today and engaging with me. And I want to let you all know that we are running a sweet deal this month. For the first 30 days, if you acquire our credit repair service, you can start the first 30 days for just $19.99. Okay. If you are someone, who is interested in working with us and don't mind getting help from human beings as handsome as myself, we would love to have you as a client. Okay. What I want you to do is, if you are ready to start this journey on taking your credit to the next level and eventually joining the 700 Club, I want you to check out our website, the700clubcreditrepair.com. I want you to learn more about our credit repair service, the requirements of our program. And if it sounds like something that you're interested in, we would love to have you as one of our clients, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the link to the comment area of both of these videos, and I want you to check us out. And we're going to make it easy for you to get started in our program. $19.99 for your first 30 days. And if you decide to keep us moving forward, we're going to have you as a client. All right. So the discount code is on our website. Everything is on our website. What I'm going to do is provide the link to our website. Check it out if you have a chance. And if you sign up, I am truly grateful. Regardless, I am truly grateful to be able to share my passion with you all, because at the end of the day, everybody can talk about it, but that does not mean that you are obligated to listen. So thank you for joining me this evening. Give me a few moments while I add this information in the comment area, and make sure you check us out. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends, and make sure you continue to stay in touch with us every Tuesday and Thursday around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go live and share information that's going to help you obtain the dough chasers mentality so you can one day transcend financially and witness riches. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, you cut that. That was a good rundown.
All right, don't forget, start your first 30 days for just $19.99. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I appreciate you.